multiplication of decimals. Multiplication is actually repeated addition. So now we are going to multiply a whole number with a decimal number. Example, 3 into 0.2. Now 0.2 is multiplied by 3, that is, it is added 3 times. 0.2 plus 0.2 plus 0.2 is equals to 0.6. The same thing, if you're going to do it in multiplication, it will be 0.2 into 3. Here we are going to multiply as we multiply normal numbers, that is 3 2s are 6, 3 zeros are 0. Here we are going to place the decimal point according to the number of decimal places in the question. Here there is only one decimal place after the decimal point. So I am going to place the decimal point one place from the right. So my answer is 0.6. Now if I am going to multiply a decimal number with a decimal number, example, 0.6 into 0.5. 0.6 into 0.5, we do it as normal multiplication. 5 6 are 30, 0, 3. 5 zeros are 0 plus 3, 3. Now any number into 0, it's going to be 0. The answer is, now I have to place the number of decimal points according to the number of decimal places. Here there are 2 decimal places after the decimal point. So my answer will have 2 places from the right. So my answer is 0.30. If there is 0 in the product, how do we do? Zero in the product. Example, 0.4 into 5. 5 fours are 20, 0, 2 carry over. 5 zeros are 0 plus 2, 2. Now there is only one number after the decimal place. So I will place the decimal point after 0. Here this 2.0 can also be written as is equal to 2. When there is 0 after the decimal point, it has no value, or at the end of the decimal point it has no value. Now we shall see about multiplication by 10, 100 and 1000. Now, when a decimal number is multiplied by 10, 100 or 1000, you need not do the long multiplication. We have a short method. Example, 0.5 into 10. So, whenever you multiply by 10, we move the decimal point towards the right. One place towards the right depending on the number of zeros. So, here it will be 0, 5, and 0 before any number has no value. So the answer is 5. When you're going to multiply by 100, example, 25.62 into 100. Here there are 2 zeros, so I have to move the decimal point 2 places towards the right. That is 25, 6. Its answer is 2562. Example, if 1.23 into 1000. Here there are 3 zeros, so I have to move the decimal point 3 places towards the right. 1, 2 and 3. since I do not have any number here, I'll put a 0. So my answer will be 1230. This is how we use the short method to multiply decimals with 10, 100 and 1000. Now, division of decimals. Whenever you divide a decimal with a whole number or a decimal with a decimal, it follows some rules. Example, first I am going to divide a decimal number with a whole number, that is 0.25 divided by 5. Now here in this number the dividend is lesser than the divisor. So 5 0.25. In division, first of all you have to place the decimal point exactly above the dividend in the quotient, and while you are working it out you need not place decimal points in between. Now do it as normal division. 5 will not go in 0, so I have to take 2. But even 5 will not go in 2, so I am going to take 25. Now, since I am not going to use these numbers, in those places I am going to put 0. 5 what's are 25? 5 5s are 25. So, my answer is Q is equal to 0.05. Now, in case the dividend is greater than the divisor, we will see an example for that. 6.81 divided by 3. 6.81 divided by 3. The dividend is greater than the divisor. Now place the point exactly above the dividend. Now 3 will go in 6 2 times. So twice. 3 2s are 6, 0, bring down the 8. Now 3 will go in 8 2 times. 3 2s are 6, 2 and bring down the 1. Now 3 what's are 21, 3 7s are 21 and the remainder is 0. Here we have the quotient is 2.27 and the remainder is 0. Now in case there are reminders in the division, we will see an example how we can solve the problem with remainder. Okay, 4.31 divided by 2. Now, first of all, place the decimal point. Now, first, 2 will go in 4 twice. So, 2 2s are 4. Bring down the 3. 2 will go in 3 once. 2 1s are 2. 1. Bring down the 1. Now, 2 will go in 11 5 times. So, 10 and remainder is 1. Here the quotient is 2.15 and the remainder is 1. So, you can also continue the sum till the remainder becomes 0 or the division is complete. I shall do the same sum again. That is 4.31 divided by 2. 2s are 4. Bring down the 3. 1s are 2, 1, bring down the 1. Now 5s are 10, 1. I already told you that how many ever zeros at the end of the decimal place doesn't have any value. So I can just add a 0 and bring it down. Now I can complete this division by 2 5s are 10. So 2 5s are 10. Now my quotient is 5 and there is no remainder. So there are cases where the remainder doesn't end, it goes on, but many times you can add how many ever zeros at the end of the decimal number to complete your division. Now dividing the number by 10, 100 and 1000. Division by 10, 100 and 1000. So I am going to divide a decimal number by 10, 100 and 1000. Example 3.6 divided by 10. As I told you earlier, in multiplication we are going to move the decimal point towards the right, but now we will move it towards the left according to the number of zeros. This is equals to, so one place, because here there is only one zero, we are going to move it one place towards the left. The answer is 0.36 or 0.36, both are same. Next 1.23 divided by 100. Here the point, before the point there is only one number. So we are going to move the decimal point towards the left 2 places. Whenever there is no number, here we can add a 0. The answer will be 0.0123. Then 105.2 divided by 1000. So I will move the decimal point towards the left 3 places. My answer is 0.1052. Here there is a short way to remember whether you are going to move it towards the right or towards the left. It is called as Mr. Deepak Lal. That is Mr. Deepak Lal. You can keep this multiplication, move right. This is multiplication, move right. And divide, D for Deepak Lal, DL. I say it as DL. This is division, move towards left. So you can remember whether you have to move towards the right or towards the left with this short method. Now we shall see about money, division, multiplication and division with money. Or decimals and money. 1 rupee is equals to 100 paise. How will you represent 50 paise? So 50 paise should be represented in rupees. So that is 50 by 100 you can represent as 0.50 rupees. So we use decimals when we are dealing with money. Now 75 paise, the same way 75 paise also 75 by 100, that is rupees 0.75. I would like to tell a real life example. If I am going to buy a pencil which costs rupees 2.50, I am planning to buy a set of pencils for my friends also. So I have 6 friends. I'm going to buy for 6 friends. Now I have to multiply this cost of one pencil with 6 friends. Cost of one pencil is 2.50, and for 6 pencils, that is rupees 2.50 into 6 into 6. 6 zeros are 0, 6 fives are 30, 3, 6 twos are 12 plus 3, 15. So, and I have to place the decimal point from the right, 2 places from the right, since there are 2 places after the decimal point. So, the cost of 6 pencils is rupees 15. I can write it as 15 or 15.00. The next one is unitary method. We use this unitary method while dealing with money and decimals. We use this unitary method. Unitary method is the finding the price of one object or the cost of one object given many. For example, a packet of erasers is rupees 25.75. Now I would like to know if there are 6 erasers. If there are 6 erasers in one pack, what is the cost of one eraser? We shall do it by dividing, that is rupees 25.75 divided by 6 will give you the cost of one eraser. Now normal division after keeping the decimal point. 6 in 6 fours are 24, remainder 1, bring down the 7, 6 twos are 12, 5, bring down the 5, 6 nines are 54, and remainder 1. Sometimes even if I add zeros, the division will not end. So I'll take it as the cost of one eraser is equals to rupees 4.29. Now if I'm given cost of 5 bags of rice, given cost of 5 bags of rice is rupees say 350.75 rupees. Now I have to find the cost of 8 bags of rice. So using cost of 5 bags of rice, we have to find 8 bags of rice. Here we use the unitary method. First of all, we find the cost of 1 bag of rice, and then with that we multiply by 8 to get the cost of 8 bags of rice. So cost of 1 bag is equals to rupees 350.75 divided by 5. 350.75 divided by 5. This is, I keep the point above, exactly above the dividend. Now 7s are 5, 7s are 35, 0. I bring down the 0. Since I do not have any number, I just add a 0. Then I bring down 7. Since I cannot divide 0 by 5. I need 7 also, so I add the 0. Now 5 ones are 5. Now 2 is the remainder, and bring down the 5. So 25. 5 5s are 25. The cost of one bag of rice is 70 rupees 15 pies. The cost of one bag of rice is equal to rupees 70.15. Therefore, the cost of 8 bags is equals to rupees 70.15 into 8. That is 8 5s are 40, 4, 8 1s are 8 plus 4, 12, 8 zeros are 0, 1, 8 7s are 56. So it is 561.20. So in this chapter we have learnt about multiplication of decimals, division of decimals, and the unitary method. Thank you. As we have learned in class 4, the three components of measurement are length, mass, and capacity. Okay. First we shall see length. What is length? Length is the distance between 2 points. Okay. Now, the length can be measured in different ways. That is, according to the object, the length differs. Whenever we measure small object, we use smaller units, and when we measure bigger distance, we use bigger units. Okay. Now, the standard unit of length is meter. The standard unit of length is meter. Okay. The units which are smaller than meter are centimeter, millimeter, decimeter, and here comes meter. And the units which are bigger than meter are decameter, hectameter, and kilometer. So there is a relationship between all these units. These are all related with each other. That is, 10 millimeter makes a centimeter, 10 centimeter makes a decimeter, and 10 decimeter makes a meter. Same way, 10 decimeter makes a decameter, 10 decameter makes a hectometer, and 10 hectometer makes a kilometer. So, when you are going to convert from the bigger unit to a smaller unit, whenever you convert from a bigger unit to a smaller unit, we have to multiply. That is, the short form is big to small multiply. Please keep in mind, always from a bigger unit to a smaller unit, we multiply, and from a smaller unit to a bigger unit, we divide. That is DSM and SBD. DSM is big to small multiply, and SBD is small to big divide. Let us see a few examples. We also use decimals when we convert from one unit to other. So, example, now if I am going to measure the length of this room, if the length of this room is, say it is 3.5 meter. Now I have to change this meter to centimeter. Now you know that we are going to go from a bigger unit to a smaller unit. So we use BSM, that is we have to multiply. Before that I shall tell you the relationship, that is 10 millimeter is equals to 1 centimeter. 100 centimeter is equals to 1 meter, and 1000 meter is equals to 1 kilometer. These are the commonly used units. Now I am going to convert this meter to centimeter. So the relationship between meter and centimeter is 100. I have to multiply this 3.5 into 100. 3.5 into 100 is equals to, and we have learnt that whenever you multiply a decimal with 10, 100 or 1000, we have to move the decimal point towards the right according to the number of zeros. Here 100 has 2 zeros, so I have to move it 2 places towards the right. So my answer will be 350 centimeter. Okay. The same way, now I am going to convert the distance between your house and the school. If the distance between the school and house, so the distance between your school and house is 4,325 meter. So it is given in meters, you have to convert it to kilometers. Whenever you convert a smaller unit to a bigger unit, you use SDD, that is we divide by the relationship between meter and kilometer. So what is the relationship between meter and kilometer? 1000 meter is equals to 1 kilometer. Now I have to divide 4325 by 1000. We know that whenever we divide a decimal number or a number by 1000, the decimal point moves towards the left according to the number of zeros. Now the decimal point in a whole number is to the extreme right. So the decimal point from here, it moves 3 places towards the left. So my answer is 4.325 kilometers. So did you understand what is BSM and SPD? BSM is when you convert from a bigger unit to a smaller unit. Here from meter to centimeter we multiply, and here from meter to kilometer, this is from a smaller unit to a bigger unit, we divide. Similarly, we use the same for mass and capacity. Mass. So the units of mass are, and the standard unit. The standard unit of mass is gram. So the units which are lesser than gram are the decigram, centigram and milligram. Here you have the decagram, hectogram and kilogram. So gram is the standard unit of mass. Similarly, each one is related to each other. Here you have the relationship as 10 milligram is equals to 1 centigram. The same way 100 centigram is equals to 1 gram, and 1000 grams is equals to 1 kilogram. We often use only this 1000 gram is equals to 1 kilogram. So let us see an example for converting. Now if I am going to purchase rice, I am purchasing rice of 5 kgs and 200 grams. Now I have to convert this 5 kgs 200 grams to grams. Now I can write this as 5.200 kg. So this 5 kg 200 grams is written as 5.200 kg. Now I am going to convert from kg to grams. Kg to grams. Here you know it's from a bigger unit to a smaller unit. So whenever you convert from a bigger unit to a smaller unit, you multiply with the relationship between kilogram and gram. So the relationship between kilogram and gram is 1000. Now BSM, that is 5.200 into 1000. Multiplication by 1000, that is the point moves 3 places towards the right. Now your answer is 5200 grams. Similarly, whenever you are going to convert it from a smaller unit to a bigger unit. Imagine I have bought vegetables which are, the total weight of the vegetables is 4350 grams. Now I have to convert it to kg. So to convert it to kg, grams to kg, we have to divide smaller to bigger. 4350 divided by the relationship which is 1000. Now I have, for dividing by a decimal by a 1000, we have to move towards the left. So I am moving 3 places towards the left. The answer is 4.350 kg. The similar concept is used, or the similar method is used for capacity. Here also the standard unit is liter. The standard unit is liter. So we have the relationship between liter and milliliter. 1000 milliliter is equals to 1 liter. So with this relationship, we can convert from milliliter to liter or from liter to milliliter. So one example I shall do. Example, I have 1.5 liters of milk. 1.5 liters of milk in milliliter will be 1.5. I can write it as 1.5 liters. So whenever you convert from liter to milliliter, multiply by 1000. 1.5 into 1000. So whenever you multiply a decimal with a 1000, you move to the decimal point moves towards the right. So I will move 3 places towards the right. Now it will be 1005 and 2 zeros here. So 1500 ml. Stop, sir, one. Okay. Now we shall see addition and subtraction of measurements. Addition. Now, if I am going to add 2 capacities, example 5 liter 500 ml plus 3 liters 250 ml. So how will I add them? I can write it as liter, milliliter, 5 under the liter and 500 under the ml, and same way 3 and 250. Now add them. It is 8 liter 750 ml. Similarly, we can subtract. Example, if I have 5 kgs of rice minus, I had 5 kg of rice, I have used 2 kg 300 grams. Now, what is left with me? Now, I shall write the kg and gram separately. That is 5 kg and grams. Or you can do it in another way. I can convert the kg to grams, and then also you can subtract 5 kg and then 2 kg 300 grams. Do it as normal subtraction. Since we do not have anything, we can borrow. We can add zeros. This is 0 grams. So this is 4, 1, 9, sorry, no need, 10. Okay. So do it as normal subtraction. 10 minus 3, 7. 4 minus 2, 2. So 2 kg 700 grams is left with me. So in this chapter we have learned the units, that is length, mass and capacity, how to convert from one unit to another, and addition of and subtraction of the measures.